I got 97% in my 10th board exams. Now, if I'm asked what is one thing that I would tell my past, the initial 10th grade self, so that my studying or education would improve, what would my answer be? Now, people think that my answer could be something like, oh, you should do this or that, maybe techniques or Pomodoro technique or whatever. But to be honest, the answer would be something much different. The answer would be distinguishing between hard work and smart work. Now, people normally act like if you do smart work, then suddenly you can become a god or whatever, that hard work leads to nothing. But one thing that I have learned is that hard work will always beat no work or only bare minimum smart work. No matter at what level you are, no matter what you are doing. Basically, it's the difference between an unintelligent but hardworking mind versus an intelligent but lazy mind. Basically, someone can be as intelligent as they want, maybe as talented as they can be. But if they're not willing to put in the effort, then someone with mediocre or average skills will easily beat that person if that average person does hard work. And this principle will always work no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter what happens. For example, in my 10th grade, I did not have any special techniques or anything that I applied, and suddenly my work became 10 times better. Or maybe I did some Pomodoro technique or Feynman's technique. I'm not saying that those techniques literally cannot work. Maybe they do, maybe they do not. I don't know. But from my experience, I just did what I knew will get me the results. The answer was to read the book as many times as I could, then to do the previous year questions, practice questions as many times as possible. And I did that. And that's why I got the result. Now imagine if I just became obsessed over this one thing of what should I do exactly, what should I not do, if this actually works, if this does not, then would I have gotten results? Because then, for the first month, I would have completed the book, and then suddenly I would have realized that no, the book does not work. So I would have gone to something like a reference book or whatever. And then slowly, basically, every part that I would do would have failed because I did not remain consistent in one thing at all. Now, if I did something like just choose one path and follow it, no matter if it is not perfect, you will slowly get perfect. Of course, when I started, I was not perfect at all. I did not know so many things. I did not know when to stop, when to start, when to take a break, when to not take a break. Is this really fatigue? I did not know all that. But I just did the work. And of course, slowly I learned all of that, right? But if some person just obsesses over perfection, then would they be able to learn it? Of course not. Because then they would be thinking that if I do this, then my future self would be happy. If I do this, then I would have to do less work. Remember, you have to do the work anyways, no matter if you do smart work, hard work, whatever. Any kind of success requires a lot of hard work, no matter what it is. Be it you want to be a basketball player, be it you want to be an esports player, be it you want to get highest grades in your school, be it you want to get the highest grades in JEE, or you want to get selected in MIT, be it anything. Everything requires hard work. And if you try to skip that, then you are basically saying that I want to get the results without working hard. And can you actually get the results? Even you know the answer. The answer is no. And if you try to obsess over just one thing, which is that I want to be a perfectionist, I want to have perfection in my work, then you can get perfection and maybe it might help a little. But will it be the better part of the trade off of removing 6 to 7 hours of your work just for figuring out that one technique that makes your work 1% better? Tell me, is this trade off worth it? Well, for me, the answer was no. The answer is simply to just do the work. You will slowly figure out if you have to do this or that, if you have to do this particular technique or not, or if this works or if this does not work. You will slowly figure that out by yourself. But at least start. And if you start, then you'll realize that wait, why I did not start when it was so easy all along? Because most of the times we think something is difficult or something is just weirdly tough for us to do. But then, when we actually start, we realize that wait, it is actually kind of easy. For example, recently I started learning piano, and I, in the starting, thought that it was really difficult and I could not do it at all. But when I started learning it actually, I realized that wait, this is actually kind of easy. It is just a set of patterns. Similarly for studies. When I was starting studying, it was really difficult for me. I did not know exactly what to do, when to do, whatever. But slowly, I realized that wait, people just overhype it when they say that studying is difficult or you should just give up or whatever. Slowly, you'll figure things out and you'll realize that it is kind of easy. It was just that you did not know because you had not done it earlier on. Basically, if you start anything, no matter what it is, you will be bad at it. Now, if you want more advice from me, like how I actually got 97%, my exact studying method, how I did not make any notes at all, but still got so much high grades, and how my perfect remembering technique, because of which I still remember concepts from 10th grade and 9th grade. If you want to know all that, then you can join my program. It's literally $5. Like, how much is $5? And I think it will really help you. So, click the link in the description. I'll see you there. Till then, you can watch other videos. I'll see you later. Work like a dog, live like a lion.